Hello everyone, and welcome back to Ace Attorney. We are still in court today. The judge made us take a 30-minute recess because we're trying to get a witness testimony from Lunch Lady, and she's just lying a whole bunch and just straight up admitting that she's lying because she wants Lana to go down for this crime. My question is why? I mean, she obviously hates prosecutors. She's said that a lot, so that's part of the reason why. But like, does she know who actually did the murder? Was she in on the whole plot? I don't know. I mean, we figured out some of her lies, but I feel no closer to figuring out what the heck is going on in this trial than I did at the start of this. So yeah, I'm feeling real confident. So is Emma here. She looks really confident too. So yeah, we're gonna be doing the other half of the trial today. I don't know if it's going to be as long as the last one or as like the length of a normal trial. If it's not, then maybe we'll do a little bit of the investigation afterwards, but I don't know, everything's been long in this chapter so far, so we'll see. Mr. Wright? Huh? What? Are trials always like this with you? What, weird? 'Cause yes. Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface? Oh, that. Yeah, no. Yeah. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. Yeah, it's way worse than usual. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. Cloth. What piece of cloth? Guys, there's so much going on I don't even remember what you're talking about. A piece of cloth? I don't even remember. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth. Oh, that's right, duh. The piece of cloth in the muffler. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Is that cowboy-looking guy? Hola, partner. I forget the voice I gave you again. Say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin' at least. Officer Marshall. Thought I'd come take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. Got the home ranch locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. That hard to slip out, huh? What's going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall, the whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. I'm gonna get drunk, hold on. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all. I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. Oh. What? Don't tell me the cloth in the muffler is going to be her muffler. At the awards ceremony that afternoon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken. Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. You and me both. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee. Listen, Marshall, you're not helping. It's not steak sauce. Welcome back, everyone. Did you enjoy your lunch? I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over at the prosecution. Edgeworth, what's wrong? You okay, bud? You look really mad. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? You look like you're about to pop a blood vessel. Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. I can keep going. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. What? Yeah, what on earth? You good? I mean, clearly not. Well, I'm not going to question him any further than that. Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Would you like to share with the court what your issues are, Mr. Edgeworth? Excuse me, knock knock, who? Who's there? I'm ready for a good joke. Ah! Who are you? What? Who? What's with this guy? You scared me. Who are you? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? What kind of voice am I supposed to give you? You're very orange. Ah, it's you. Hello? Hello? Ah! I don't know what voice to give you yet. Sorry I'm late. Uggy. The roads are packed. It's just me. Long time no see, hey, Uggy. Uggy? What? How you been? Swim much these days? Ah, hello. Oh, Udgy? Like judge, but dropping the J? Is that what you're saying? No, I've been so busy with mahjong and these stupid trials. Busy schmizzy. Udgy. This is... Hey, my boy. You have time to make time to relax. Why could I not say that? Yes, indeed. Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. It's a really bad one at that. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? Aha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks. You heard the good things from me. So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. You really like swimming, don't you? Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Oh. No, I don't. Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Oh god, we're doing this again? You're gonna stare at me? Name's Gant? Your name's Gant. Oh, that's your last name. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Is this why you're so upset? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help him out by bringing this. Hey, that's... my sister's muffler. So Miss Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. To think that it was stuffed into that exhaust pipe. Yeah, I knew it. On little Worthy's car, no less. Okay, we're doing this again. How? Stop staring at me like that. Come on. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Chief, what kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job?
Now, wait a minute, Worthy.
I've no desire to hear your excuses.
I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that the signature is there. Miles Edgeworth.
That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had...
You're head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. You leave Edgeworth alone! I don't like you. I don't trust you.
You're the chief of police? I feel like you're in on it. You did something, and now you're pinning the crime on her. What? Are you serious?
Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made.
This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. Alright, Chief of Police, square up!
Square up! You don't get to treat my boy like that, even if you are his boss.
You don't get to treat him like that. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first.
Yes?
Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife.
The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not.
Could you open it for me, I wonder? I'm too weak to do it myself.
Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and...
If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to play mahjong or pound my gavel anymore.
Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore.
That's true. You do like to do that. You wouldn't be able to slam on your desk either. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Okay,
It's doing it for me.
okay, go the whole way over there. Okay. Where do I... Oh, there's a small tag on this knife.
It seems to say SL92.
What does that mean?
Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame.
But it's strange.
Huh? What is?
I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this, somehow.
Interesting.
Okay, how do I open it?
Like that. Whoa.
Why does it look like it's broken off? Wow, don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off.
And this dark red stain. Blood?
Found at the crime scene, wrapped in the defendant's muffler. Small tag attached. So why are there two knives?
There's two bloody knives. There's this one, which is broken off.
And then the other one we already have. This doesn't excuse the actions of the police department. I'd like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife?
Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one. Really. Let me, look over my evidence. I'll probably cut this out, but I just want to look over my evidence real quick before I get back into this, because I need a refresher, okay? I didn't even remember the muffler in the muffler in the muffler. I didn't remember it at the start of this. Hold on. I know I said I'd cut it out, but I just remembered that this is evidence somehow. How is the Blue Badger evidence? I'm very curious. 6, 7, wait. Well, looking at the evidence actually got me something. 6, 7S. 6, 7S. Well, I found a connection. I don't know what good that does me, but okay. Okay, I'm ready now. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how. Why can't I talk? I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman.
Well, I think I accidentally just stumbled upon it.
Why are you pulling your hair way down like that? That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
There was a murder at the police department. A detective. Wait. Is that Oh. There's 2 murders?
I wasn't really paying attention, and I was like, what is he talking about a link? Because I just assumed he was talking about, you know, the murder we're already talking about.
There's another murder?
That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Order! Order! Order!
Anyway, we at the department, we're all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Well, Mr. Wright.
2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
Oh, things just got
a lot more complicated. What?
Okay.
Who's this other detective?
The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. Are there 2 murderers? Well, there have to be.
I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. We can't get so wacky as we usually do in my wacky court. Okay. So, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman, well, I just so happened to notice one, and it's this one.
Wait a second. Ah, at last. An honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Ah ha ha. Ah, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean from Udgy? This is great.
You're weird.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim.
What's this? 6 minus 7s 12/2. Math is hard.
No, Judge. Your Honor. It's upside down.
Upside.
The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and what do you get? Woo! Flip!
Aha!
Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down.
SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. I can read. Oh my god, Judge can read. Order! Order! Well, Chief.
Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game's this guy playing? The knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
Care to talk further about that?
So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder.
It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon?
Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car.
Why? Hard to think there isn't a connection there.
That was a bad day for the...
Okay, yeah, you already said that.
Oh, you know what I should press you on? Is the other detective killed at the department. Which is... this one. On the same day that a detective was killed in front of the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy?
I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect?
Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto. I suppose I could help if you help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. That kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only.
How about where the victim was found?
So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found.
Well, you told me you'd tell me one thing.
But I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room?
That's where I got tased by Von Karma.
Wait a second. I have heard of that.
The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now?
This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases.
You seem happy, Mr. Wright.
Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Grant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it.
I think it is.
Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Huh, you don't say. Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection?
Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. I would like to know, because I'm not actually sure.
The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room.
Not to mention, the victim had on him the case number of the knives, evidence tag.
I love when you team up with me, Edgeworth. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room.
That is right, indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a mere coincidence. Oh, you're doing this again? We're having the old stare down?
You two make a good pair.
Who? Me and Mr. Wright? You better not be saying him and Edgeworth, because I love him.
Judge, please. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right there.
Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department.
See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet, and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really?
Who would have guessed?
I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay?
Okay, cooperate.
If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Ah, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. The victim's ID number. That should lead to his name. Or there. I saw the one under it and it was like, the victim's gender. Realized I don't know their gender. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. But maybe I can. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is...
The big build-up again.
5842189.
Well, that's quite long.
And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts.
8, 2. I can't do it. I can't do it. Phoenix, it's too difficult.
Didn't even get the first number right.
Numbers are hard. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything?
The ID number of the victim at the police department. Yeah, this tells me something. I'm sure it does. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think.
Meaning?
Fade out to black. It has to be what I think it is. Why do you think it is, Phoenix? Because I don't know. Oh, close up. But what does this mean?
Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you? I would love to know.
Well... Oh. 584218.
Is this not the ID number?
It's the same as Goodman's ID. Witness.
What is it, Mr. Wright? I'm dying of anticipation. You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
No, I got confused.
And this is news?
Huh?
Just come out with it both guns a-blazing, like you always do. Okay, Edgeworth.
The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered. At one time. What does this mean? Goodman has a twin, and they are at 2 places at once, but no one else knows. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here.
Oh, is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember?
Oh, right.
This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto. Personnel IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189.
And this means what exactly?
I should have known, Judge. You didn't even remember it before. Huh?
Wait! That ID number we heard from the chief earlier, is it that one? That started with 8, 2... I've forgotten again.
You didn't even get the first number right. Again.
Numbers are hard.
The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Oh, wait a second, Wright. What does this...
I'm confused now. Mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. He's got a twin. What does our witness think about that? Oh, ho, ho. Sharp as attack, righto. Sharp as attack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. Ours, not yours. This is our case. He was killed at 5:15 at the underground parking lot.
The detective, Bruce Goodman, was also killed at the police department. Was he killed? No, that doesn't make sense because Lana found the body like right then, right? So I was gonna say, was he killed at the police department and brought there? But they said the time of death is 5:15, unless they're lying. In the evidence room at the exact same time.
That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time and in completely different locations. Order! 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 Chief, what does this mean? My brain hurts. No, what I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this?
I feel like they're, kind of against Edgeworth in this case. Like, lunch lady is, the chief.
Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case.
Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered.
Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case.
Wait. I said, wait.
Ooh, that was creepy.
Or didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error, Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours.
Stop blaming Edgeworth! What? How dare...
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you the news. He brought completely unrelated news, I thought, though.
Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait,
Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir.
You don't mean him?
According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe.
But, Officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident.
Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. But he said that it... They're setting him up. They're setting him up for something, I don't know what.
Gah. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged.
In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy.
But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. And we're doing the stare down again. Okay, yeah, hi. Come on.
Speak! No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy.
What?
Now, what was the second rule of evidence law?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Oh, well, it's,
Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. And how is this rule relevant?
Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list.
So, what does this mean?
I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy.
Don't call me your boy.
I was just doing my job.
No. No!
Or Edgeworth.
It seems we have come to the end of this trial.
I know you're going through a tough time, Worthy. What with all those rumors? You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December.
I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth! Please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. It's the last thing I do.
You'd better get results this time. Really. I don't like you. You're mean to Edgeworth.
You have my profound apologies, sir.
Or Mr. Edgeworth.
I don't like him either. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Even though this is gonna go on for 3 days as usual.
Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned.
To be continued. Okay, we'll do like a tiny little bit of investigating. Just because I feel like it's gonna take a long time. So we'll get a little bit in today. Gosh. They're cooking up something against Edgeworth though, like his car, his knife, all this stuff. Ugh. Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway?
I'm a little confused.
Well, let's see. What is going on? I don't know, Phoenix. Victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot, in the police department's evidence room.
What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
All right, let's do it.
She's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, right? Wait. Did she just do it again? I can't go back and look at the log. Did she just do it again where she read my thoughts? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. She did, because I said that in my head, but
She probably won't be much help, and she said, "What's your deal, Emma?"
let's go. Science awaits us. You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found. Who cares? No, I think we do need to worry about it.
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence as the crime at the crime scene? Never.
Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just, okay, she did it again! We're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
You're reading my mind, and it's creeping me out. I said that in my head! What the heck? Girl. Big words for a high school student. The blue with parentheses are in my head. You shouldn't be able to hear that. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Heh. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff. You know, you can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police have already done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing blood stains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look. I'll lend you these glasses.
You have an extra pair of those things?
Whoa, everything's red. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press the A button to spray it on.
Press the A button? This is real life, Emma. What are you talking about? You just press an A button.
Okay, let's find us some blood stains. Okay, how about at the body? Hey, yep. There we go.
I could see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, was this a blood stain?
It's so,
Emma, you're shaking.
It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific evidence in action.
Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this, scientifically?
Location, the amount of blood. There's not a lot.
The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd have to have been more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a blood stain, okay? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Sure.
but I wish you were Maya. Yeah, and this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that. Solution used for scientific investigation. Finds blood, traces, spray to use. Okay. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day.
Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray on anything suspicious. Hello? Oh god, you. Are you not, like, in trouble for all the lies you told in court?
I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr. You only trust your own eyes, Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house.
Gee, thanks. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering.
Okay, today's trial. You were very annoying in it. You certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Starr, but...
No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure that's why you lied.
Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what happened.
Or still saw what I saw.
I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman.
I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what?
Okay, Detective Starr. So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day I drag the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the cough-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from their lunches.
And you were let go? Or fired?
I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 case, or incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean...
Should I show you the note that says that? What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from the case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet.
Just like DL6. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident?
Please. Also, no, you brought up that photo. Tell me about it, please. If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime?
I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes.
Photo, yes. There needed to be a pause there.
In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were.
The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem.
Listen, little girl, I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time.
That time?
Okay, do you have things to tell me? Yeah, SL9 incident. That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them, disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled.
It's the cowboy.
The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence.
So they didn't solve it?
On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed?
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any clearer than that.
Or cleaner.
The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred.
What? But the criminal was executed, right?
On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence.
What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? Wouldn't be the first time that happened. It's scary to think, like, there are people out there that probably have been executed, and they didn't do it.
The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job.
And you were one of those?
Myself and one other person you know well.
Wait, could it be Cowboy?
Exactly, Detective Jake Marshall. Oops, I mean Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall.
Tell me more about him.
As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I.
You haven't forgotten SL9?
There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us.
Wait, those lunches you sell.
There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate.
Miss Star's old boyfriends.
How many does she have anyway?
Too many. Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection.
So, Rookie.
What?
It seems you're serious about investigating this case.
Yes.
Then you should take this.
A Salisbury steak lunch?
I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat.
Received from Miss Starr. Excellent for putting Officer Marshall in a good mood. Oh, okay. I'll be sure to give that to him when I see him. Miss Starr, Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his, are you going out? Is he one of your 80 boyfriends?
Why do you want to know?
I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold.
Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that.
I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay, interesting. I'm gonna look around again, just to make sure there's nothing new. I'll let you guys know if there is. Okay, it's not looking like there's anything new there. Let's go here. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got from the front desk, here it is. Just like a kid in an amusement park. Oh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Okay, this seems like a good place to pause for now. We got a little bit started on the investigation for next time, because the investigations have been taking a bit lately, and I think This one's probably gonna be a long one, like the last one was. But yeah, okay. This is so confusing. How was Detective Goodman killed in 2 places at the same time? Like, my only guess is that he was killed, then moved there, and Lana found the body? I don't know why Angel is lying, though. Probably just, I'm assuming just because she saw or hates the prosecution, or maybe she did think she saw that. It was someone else. I don't know. Does Lana have a twin? No. Emma would have mentioned that. Why can Emma read my thoughts? Why is that blue thing evidence? Why does it seem like the higher ups are like against Edgeworth and they're trying to sabotage him? I'm very confused. The more I learn, the less I understand. Like, we learn new things and I'm not having like a, oh, okay, I'm piecing things together moment. No, I'm just more confused. So yeah, next time we will head into the evidence room where once upon a time we were tased and see what we can figure out about this other crime that supposedly happened. I don't like that chief of police guy. He's annoying and he's mean and I don't like him. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!